Welcome to Scattercast episode 11. Woo! Big round of applause. 11th episode. With me today, we have all the Scatterboyz. We have Gainer. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
Nice. We have Theodius. How's it going?
Chilling like a villain.
And, of course, we have Poot Nannies. What's up, Poot?
Hey.
And I'm Dirt McGirt, and I will be, besides going through puberty and having my voice crack, I'll be hosting today's podcast. And we're going to be talking about a little bit of stuff through the week, especially, Microsoft's price hike on Xbox Gold and then the reversal. So we'll talk about that and a little bit about companies in general, game companies and their, maybe not even just game companies, just entertainment companies and their, listening to fans or not listening to fans. And then we're also going to talk about the Resident Evil reveal this week with the trailer and the gameplay footage and the demo that was released for Resident Evil 8 Village. So, but first we'll go around and let's give find out what everybody's been doing this week. We'll start with you, Theodius. What have you been up to this week? Watching anything interesting? Playing anything good?
Watched the third episode of Wanda Vision. Was fantastical.
Should we get into that right now? Do you guys want to talk a little bit about it?
Well, no, let's do our introductions and then we can get into it.
Okay.
I would hate to rattle off and then everybody else is like, oh, we're in the episode. Who else was here? No, but and then what else? I played a little bit more Ori and the Blind Forest. I had the update for Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh yeah? So is it fixed? Have you noticed any fixes?
So far, I haven't had any frame rate issues like I used to, and it hasn't crashed on me. And I was getting a crash at least every time I played, at least one crash.
Ooh, so you really noticed a difference then? It's a lot more stable.
So far, I mean, the news has been people have had their own issues. There's been another groundbreaking bug that's been introduced, and so far, my 4 or 5 hours on it, I haven't had any issues.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then then I'm going through my Dresden Files series, and I'm on Ghost Story, which was one of the slower books in the series. But
have you read it before? Or are you rereading them?
Yeah, I usually go once a year. I'll go through them. And
wow, how many books are there total?
So far, there are 20? He just came out. He had 2 released this year.
They're still coming out
in 2020. Yeah, he's still releasing them. So he had 2 released during 2020. They almost came out a couple of months and pretty good. So I was going through them. I read the first new one and I was like, oh, pretty good. I was like, you know what? It's time for me to go. So around Halloween, I start listening to them again. So
nice.
I'm on a book 13.
Jeez. Nice. Been playing anything else besides?
We've been playing Sea of Thieves with the Scatter crew, and that's been fun. I found out some more new stuff, and I remember some stuff that we forgot about, like launching ourselves out of cannons.
I know, I totally forgot
we could do that. Yeah, and then using a harpoon to actually pick off people from other ships.
Uh-huh.
You can actually I could harpoon you guys from the water, or we can harpoon people off the ship. Yeah,
and bring us back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can also just harpoon the treasures from the when we're
we did figure that out, like the chests and the barrels.
Harpoon.
But people, you can bring them closer.
Yeah, especially if they're on the deck, you can boop, harpoon them off the deck and.
Nice.
Right. Yeah. So there's a lot of cool stuff that we can. I got to figure out how to retract the line once you harpoon it, because you're able to retract and pull other boats closer.
Oh.
And then the bombs, you could just start firebombing their ship. With
but they can do the same back to you.
They could do the same back to you.
Yeah.
And then you know how we were trying to splash each other with water? We can splash ourselves with water.
Yeah, you're saying that. I have to find out what the key is.
What is it? It's like probably right mouse button or something.
Yeah, I think for me it's like when it's kind of like showing somebody else the map and then showing yourself the map.
So that'd be the block button, or that'd be the right mouse button on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't even bother. I didn't think it would need it. So you don't think of that.
Yeah. That's cool. Because I felt bad. I kept getting you guys on, catching you guys on
I
fire.
had just
Get
put
away
myself
from
out.
me!
I had just somehow put myself out,
And then I
also
went down
saw myself
there,
back on fire, and I was like,
touched
"What?"
you.
He said, "Get away from me!"
Because I ran down there to get water, and then I touched you, and that was pretty funny. That exploding chest, though, that was pretty interesting.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I
that
feel so
was
bad for those
interesting.
guys.
You
Oh
took their
man.
chest from them.
Oh yeah, they were in there. So I figured out what they were doing. They were using their cannons to attack the pirates and the skeletons that were on land to get rid of them, so then they can just go and take the treasure. Because there's usually a big pirate horde guarding that treasure. That's what that kind of means. That tornado is like a big treasure. So they did all of our dirty work for it, and we sunk their ship and picked the treasure.
We didn't sink their ship. Oh, we sunk another ship, I think, wasn't
No,
it?
they had like the hand. They had the upper hand, but
Yeah.
we somehow. I know I got in there somehow on their ship. No,
They,
on our ship.
They
were
took us
there.
down before the Rainbow
But they were
Flag
just
crew.
thinking they would just. I used the sniper rifle, which apparently takes like 70% of their health. You know, like so. I
Yeah.
shot them, and I was like, "Whoa!" He went down right away. I shot the other guy. He went down right away too. And I was like, "Let's just hightail out of here." We took their treasure, and that was it.
Yeah, all right. How about?
We got a lot for that too.
Yeah, it was a lot
Well, that
of
was
the
the island where
blue
that was the island where
coins.
you guys died and the ship sank. And you
Yes,
guys
that was
had to
a
go
whole
back,
drama.
and then I was waiting on the island.
It was that
and-
same crew as that Rainbow.
Yeah, and then by the time you guys got back, he killed me, and then you guys went after him, and finally we ended up getting the chest and everything.
Yeah, it was good times.
Good times.
Felt like a good.
Get
It
through
felt
them
like a
all.
movie.
Now we
like
have
a
to
little
have Gainer
adventure.
join us out there.
Yeah.
Then we do
Pirate
a 4
Gainer.
player. We can get the
Arr.
bigger ship.
Next time we have to all talk in pirate the whole time.
Arr.
They're
Yeah, it has a monitor thing on there that if you don't talk in pirate, your crewmate can't hear you.
that's the only way for it to pick up.
Yeah.
We speak in pirate. Dead man tell no tales.
Yeah, and we got to start doing the tales thing because basically that's a
There's like a story kind of
story
quest.
driven. Yeah, so I would love to go through that.
Yeah.
The game doesn't do a good job of teaching you what you're even supposed to do.
No. it
Yeah,
doesn't.
it
But
doesn't.
it's a very much a sandbox game.
All right. How about yourself, Poop? Been watching anything or playing anything
Well,
this
playing
week?
the Sea of Thieves, but also Doom Eternal.
Oh yeah, how is that?
It's actually really good. I was surprised.
Yeah.
The graphics sort of, in some places, look worse than the old game, like lighting wise. But overall, they figured a way to make it look really good and probably even better in other areas. It's kind of hard to explain, but they did a really good job of optimizing the game. There's more enemies, and there's sort of have to use all your weapons and have to use all the little new things they brought into the game.
Okay.
And people said that was bad, but I gotta be honest, like after playing, I thought it was
That's good
it's
if they
still
force
flexible
you.
enough that you can play the way you want, in my
Okay.
opinion.
Oh, that's what
So-
people didn't like. They felt like they had to play a certain way.
Yeah, and the music I think is better, and just overall like how the levels flow and their design are better. It's surprisingly good. I'm really surprised. I thought it was gonna be bad, and because I'm playing it for free, so
How you
I
play?
didn't
Oh,
bother
Xbox.
buying it.
Xbox.
yeah,
Game
it's on the
Pass?
Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, I love that thing.
Well, they own it now. Microsoft
Yeah.
owns
Bethesda.
so much. They own Rare, which we're playing Sea of Thieves, and they own
Bethesda.
Bethesda. Yeah.
And their own studios. Hey, how about yourself, Gainer? You play anything or watching anything? Or do you have anything else you've been watching or playing?
That's it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
No Home Alone 3? Continue the...
Oh, that's a different kid. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that existed.
I know you watched 1 2 weeks ago and 2 last week, so I was wondering if you can continue.
No, I saw it and it looked
Yeah, it's a
budget,
whole new
like it doesn't-
kid. Yeah, was
Yeah.
it like straight to video?
probably. It looks like almost like it's the kid from Home Improvement or something in there,
That
like
might
a
have
bowl
been.
haircut. Yeah.
How about you, Gainer? Playing anything? Watching anything this week?
Oh, playing Animal Crossing still. Played the Resident Evil 8 demo, which we'll talk a little bit later.
Nice.
Trying to think if that's all I'm really actively playing.
Okay.
Watched Wanda Vision as well. Not much else. Been kind of busy weeks, so didn't get a chance to do too much.
Yeah, same. I've been playing the Messenger still. I'm trying to finish that up before Shadow. What is that called? Comes out Shadow.
Cyber Shadow.
Cyber Shadow comes out, I think, the 27th. So I'm trying to 26. Okay, so I'm trying to finish up the Messenger before that comes out. Playing Sea of Thieves with you guys, and still watching lots of anime shows. Just saw the new Jujutsu Kaisen episode. Titan's still doing really good. Attack on Titan.
I got to get back into that.
Yeah, no, there's some good shows this season. TV series wise, I'm trying to think any movies or TV shows. I started watching, but I didn't finish, but I do want to go back. Because Catch Me As You Can, I never saw that movie before.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Well, did you hear about that story about that kid?
No, what kid?
Who he was pretending to be a doctor,
like Catch Me If You
doing
Can?
surgery. Yeah, it was just like Catch Me If You Can. He was doing surgeries and being. It was a real thing. This young teenager was just out and about, and he had a very successful name, and then he got in trouble. It was like a Catch Me If You Can type of thing.
You guys been seeing all the Bernie memes this week everywhere on the internet?
Yeah.
I saw one. It's like he's like sitting everywhere in the background with mittens.
There's actually a website where you can put in your address and it'll go to Google Maps and take you, and it'll put Bernie in front of that address. Sitting in his little chair. So yeah, Bernie.
So what is this burning thing?
Oh, you haven't seen the Bernie Sanders memes from this week?
No.
So at the inauguration, Bernie was, because they're kind of socially distanced.
Like an old man who's really cold.
Yeah, you know who Bernie Sanders is, right?
Mm-hmm.
The senator from Vermont, and so he's sitting on this chair, and he's got like his arms and legs kind of crossed, kind of like he's trying to like hurry up, get this thing done. And he just really looks really warm. He's all heavy jacket, big old homemade mittens on. And people just love that picture of him sitting by himself on this little chair, crossing his arms and legs with these mittens. And they've just been photoshopping him everywhere.
Yeah, it's not hard to make a meme. And once you're a meme, you should live in infamy.
But it's just that mood, I guess, the Bernie mood. Just kind of indifferent, crossing his arms, crossing his legs.
Like, have you ever seen online when people they meet up with the different people who those memes are made from, and they tell the story like, like that one guy who does the cranberry stuff, who does the
the guy who did the TikTok, who was riding on skateboard.
Yeah, how that started with him just getting on TikTok and deciding my truck broke down, but I still want it to be a beautiful day, and all of a sudden, boom,
the viral
they're
videos,
famous.
Internet famous.
Yes, but which can translate to, because look at ain't nobody got time for that lady. She got famous.
Cash Me Outside. Yeah, you could turn that, especially with social media, you could turn your 5 seconds of fame into like a little.
And then sometimes it turns around and you just get infamous. Like what was that girl? Black.
China Black.
No, she's it's Friday.
Rebecca Black.
Rebecca Black.
Yeah, Rebecca Black. I mean, didn't do anybody, didn't hurt anybody. She just tried to come up with a video that some other guy decided to produce for her, and she got she got death threats. She got all kinds. It's like, what? She wasn't hurting anybody. She was just trying to be creative.
It was just a dumb song, but like people rubbed it in her face.
Yeah.
Like, really hard.
Yeah.
And it's sad because she actually has a beautiful voice, and the direction for that song just didn't. Whoever decided to produce her.
It was like professional but amateur at the same time. It felt like a SNL parody or something.
Well, it was like they produced it except the lyrics, and they told her to do it. And it's like, okay. She's like, I don't know how old she was when she did it. But
she was a teenager. And
But yeah, that was just how she wanted to do something, and the internet culture just turned on her. And
I mean, I loved that. I watched that thing over and over again. I made fun of it. I didn't make fun of her. It wasn't anything personal against her. But anyway, so I think you kind of want to know, Teddy, what's everybody looking forward to this month, the next month or two? Does anybody have anything they're looking forward to?
We're on the second half of January. We got the first half of February coming up. We have some exciting new launches. Xbox is supposed to be ramping up for their new releases, and PlayStation also. I mean, it's a whole new year ahead of us, and let's take it a month at a time. What are you guys looking forward to coming up?
The only thing I can think of in the near future is I know Medium's coming out. The Median. It's coming out for Xbox, PC. I know it's going to be on Game Pass on day one. And it's a horror game by Blooper Team, who did, Blooper did, trying to think here, The Observer, I think, and Layers of Fear. So they do good horror games. Those are usually first person. I think Medium is third person, and it's like two parallel worlds are being processed at the same time. It's supposed to be like a true next gen game.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the game. I just remember when they were showcasing the new Xbox. They were like, "This is what the new Xbox is going to be able to do. Rendered at the same time. Both worlds are actually going along at the same time, and then you can switch out between both of those Warner." So, I mean, that's the only thing I heard about it. So I don't know what the game is
Yeah,
about.
it looks good. I don't know anything about the story, but I've seen the trailers and it looks neat. And it's got music by Akira Yamaoka, who does the music for Silent Hill, some of my favorite game series, and one of my favorite.
I know
composers.
you guys really got into that series.
Yeah, and the music for that's amazing. So I'm happy.
Isn't like Silent Hill related to like what's that guy with the flashlight who runs around in the dark and shoots?
Alan Wake?
Hmm?
Alan Wake?
Yeah, Alan Wake. Is that connected at all?
No. It came out before Alan Wake.
Yeah.
What is Alan Wake connected
Alan
to?
Wake,
another...
we're talking about Alan Wake recently because of Remedy, I think. Is it the Remedy? I forgot the company. But they made Control.
But yeah, he's involved in another video game world, and they kind of.
Oh, is he?
Well, Control and Alan Wake have a connection.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Beyond, I mean, plot-wise, I heard, or shared universe or something like that.
Okay. I like shared universe. That's why I'm excited for the new.
Yeah, it's cool.
Marvel release that's coming up. I am excited. Phase 4 has officially jumped off. We are nosediving into the release of Mutants.
So, Wanda Vision, is that what we're going into right now?
Yeah. Well, we haven't finished. Gainer and John Paul need to.
You guys looking forward to anything else?
No, you guys can go.
No, I mean, what are you looking forward to? Like, what's new coming out that you're...
Probably just Cyber Shadow.
Cyber Shadow?
Yeah.
And Gainer, what are you...
I'm looking forward to Fahrenheit's Remastered. I think I'm getting that.
Ooh. What's that? What's that?
I played Fahrenheit. Nice to give another try. I think we finished it. We rented it, I remember.
Yeah. What is it called? Indigo something? Indigo Prophecy, that's what it's called here.
They're remastering it. They remastered it and they're bringing it out.
I remember.
I mean, I like Quantum Dream and I like all their stuff that they've done before.
See, I did like all the horror stuff. I couldn't get into just because I have a very delicate.
You should play Indigo Prophecy. It's not horror, so it's supernatural. It's kind of also detective police procedure. You play as both the person being accused of a crime and the detectives looking at the crime at the same time. So you're kind of taking this plot through two different point of views at the same time. So on one side, you're trying to avoid being captured, and the other time, you're also trying to capture the suspect as you try to.
This is Indigo Prophecy?
Fahrenheit.
No.
Remember, I think we played it. I think we beat it.
Did we? I don't remember.
PS2, I think.
I don't remember.
I remember playing with you, Poot.
Really?
At our house, yeah.
It starts off
looking at it right now.
There's like a split screen where you're like in the restaurant and the cops are coming for you. We see one screen that has like what they're doing and you're trying to escape on the other screen.
Huh.
Yeah, then it gets all supernatural.
At the end, I think.
Yeah.
Just at the
end. How about you? Theo, just looking forward to anything?
I'm looking forward to just like the future of Marvel, what's going to come out. Nothing particularly that's coming out immediately that I'm really looking forward to. My stuff is, Metroid Prime 4 in the future. and basically what PlayStation and Xbox, like especially Xbox, with all the new studios they've acquired. I am looking
Yeah, they're
forward to
they're
seeing
coming. They're
what
on
they
the up.
do. Hmm?
Is there any big releases, next gen releases? Well, Medium is only next gen, I think.
You got so far medium. You have Ratchet and Clank,
Yeah.
which is supposed to be a pretty good.
Anything else like
Um,
PS5 exclusive, Xbox XS exclusives
Not really, just
on the
I'm
horizon?
looking
Nothing, huh?
forward to the possibilities of what they have. The possibilities of old IPs that could be renewed and rejuvenated and revived. That's what I'm excited about. Not really per se anything particular, just the idea and the hope of what the new evolution of
Just excited for the future.
these the future. Yeah,
Okay.
it's and gaming and in Marvel and even in Star Wars, just Disney's property IPs. Yeah,
Well,
it's
since we're
gonna be
talking
cool.
about Marvel and stuff, let's just go into WandaVision. So episode
Yeah,
3 was got a little better for me. The sitcom part of it kind of didn't work, like the hijinks with the pregnancy and stuff. Spoilers for people who haven't seen it, including Pooh Nannies. I'm sorry.
Nah, I don't care.
But I didn't think it was that funny. But at the end, it started getting kind of good because when what's her name? Do you guys remember that the friend's name who were Geraldine, who were called
Geraldine,
who's
the black lady.
yeah, who asked her about her brother and how he was killed by Ultron.
Yeah, oh yeah. She was already in a daze, kind of just like,
Mm-hmm.
so she knows
But
where she's come
why would
from.
Geraldine even bring that up? She should have. She was trying
But
to.
that's because Geraldine is she's not part of the town. She came to the town looking for Wanda, and then I believe when she stepped in the town, her memory was wiped because what Wanda has done to that town.
But it's the same with
But
the neighbors, though. The neighbors aren't part of the town.
the neighbors are.
Well, it
But the
looks
town is
like
real.
yeah, it looks like
Wanda
it's a
went
real
there to
town.
hide, and she
Westview.
manipulated the town somehow.
What is it,
But
Westview?
somebody's inside manipulating it, her, while she's manipulating the town for their purposes, which end up being the two babies because they want the babies.
Thomas and William.
Hmm?
Thomas and William.
Yeah. So I thought those two babies, which end up being Wiccan and Speed in the comics,
Avengers.
and there was a purpose where they came from Sinestro, not Sinestro. Oh, that's what's the name?
Dottie. Mephisto.
Mephisto. Yeah,
Apocalypse.
that
Oh,
it's Mephisto. They're pieces of Mephisto that were put into her when he was destroyed, and so he can reconstitute himself, kind of like a whole Snape, not Snape. What's his name?
So in
The
the
man cannot be spoken.
Voldemort.
in the end of House
Kind
of
of like
M, Wanda just kind of declares no more mutants.
yeah.
And gets rid of the world of most of the mutants. You think she's going to bring mutants into this world for the TV show?
I'm thinking what she's doing here by trying to create her own reality, wanting her kids to be like her. I think it's going to create that as she's going to, because she's changed reality in this town, and I think something's going to happen and it's going to explode over the whole world or the whole universe and create what you call it, even through.
You think Marvel would let such a huge event happen in just a TV show like this?
No, I think it's going to start. Yeah. I think
That's a
because
huge deal.
yeah, it's a big deal because they want people to come to the service. They want people to come to Disney Plus, and they're really serious about their. Remember, Agents of Shield used to. They used it one time.
There was an Agents of Shield reference, and did you catch that? The soap commercial, the Hydra soap.
Yeah.
Did you catch that reference to Agents of Shield, where Coulson said something about Hydra had a soap that could
make wipe your memory.
Yeah.
So there, you got to remember, there's all different types of other
Thanks,
realities.
Jessica, for that.
Now they've already established different universes, multiverse. They already established the multiverse, so we have that to think of. That maybe she created her own multiverse, and that multiverse is going to expand and introduce itself into the real world. We have Ant-Man already going to introduce the Fantastic Four. So Wanda's going to introduce the X-Men. So that, and I'm looking forward to that.
I'm excited. I hope that's true. I want the mutants to be in there already. That'd be cool.
Well,
Maybe
like, who would be the first?
She has to wish mutants into existence to keep her children. Like, there's children, their children are mutants. Her children are mutants for some reason because of the binding with Mephisto, and so she wishes mutants into existence so her children can exist in her plane of reality or something.
Yeah, which affects everything. And then, or I mean, maybe because the X-Men are already here. They're already doing their thing. They're already alive. It's just they're not.
Not in MCU. I don't know if they have their powers and stuff yet.
Well, what they're because they've already said the multiverse. We already know there's a multiverse, and Spider-Man's going to start. They're already going to start. Already have plans to start bringing in like even in
the third
Disney
Spider-Man
Plus and doing like the different.
Yeah, the third Spider-Man is going to have all three Spider-Man.
Yeah, they're doing the Spider-Verse.
But the multiverse, I mean, Spider-Man and Spider-Verse already did that.
But Spider-Verse isn't
So
canon
introducing
in the
that. They're
Disney
introducing
MCU.
multiverse. They're introducing other realms through Ant-Man. And I think Ant-Man's going to bring about the Fantastic Four with theirs. So, in that realm, remember that big bubble she was talking about in the background? And she said that there's this place and there's people in there with special abilities and it's changed me. So I think maybe that world's going to come out, or I don't know. There's so much possibility of what they've already showed us and what
what was that stork? How strong is that stork that it just shoot away Wanda's powers?
Was an inevitable. What I think, and from what other people have been saying, it was an inevitability. The babies were coming.
So she couldn't wish away the
at that
stork.
point in time, and there's nothing she can do about it. No magic can stop these babies from coming. So the stork was just saying, "Hey, babies are coming. Nothing you can do to stop it, even while this girl's here." So that the story, that's why she said even magic can't stop these babies. They're coming. So,
okay.
I think that was just sort of like a which I think that whole scene took too long.
Yeah, that's what
down for me.
Fun. It was enjoyable.
It was fun and enjoyable, but why take that long to?
I feel like all of this old-timey sitcom stuff is taking too long.
Larry wants a 45-minute movie test. This is one. Now she's out, and
this is now 3 episodes.
Larry, you forget they're establishing, especially if you watch the other Disney stuff, Legends.
Yeah.
Did you watch that on Disney Plus?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, watch that. It's because what that does, it goes through Wanda and her sort of
arc
where she started with being Strucker's guinea pigs. Her home being destroyed by Tony Stark. She being big guinea pigs.
Her brother dying.
And her brother dying, and then her be involved with the Avengers. Her falling in love with Vision. And then having to kill Vision only for him to be bought back and then killed again right in front of her face. And then, so now she's coming back. She just got brought back to life. All this is still fresh with her. She's going crazy. She creates this whole universe. That's what this is saying, that she never had a happy life. And watching American TV, this is what she saw as a happy life. So she instantly created what she thought was a happy life.
Yeah.
That's why it's comedy. That's why it's...
No, I get all that. Just do they have to stretch it out for so long?
No, but
I think it's gonna end up being great.
It feels Twilight Zone to me. Like that, everything's okay.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. How everything, there's just something a little off about it.
Yeah,
it looks normal, but there's just something a little weird and a little off. All right.
And it's cool because we don't know the mystery. We don't know the mystery behind it, and I'm interested in the mystery, and they're doing really good with
trying to decode the clues. I like how you can go online afterward and try and decode the clues. That's fun.
Yeah,
I'm glad it's a weekly show, and not all at once, so people can week by week digest it and try to find the clues.
Oh, and Disney knows that. The internet is figuring that out. That the best way to do it is either drop 1 or 2 episodes in the beginning, get people talking, and then drop them, drip feed it, so you can get more people into it, more
Works
people
great
into
for a
it.
show like this.
That's how it becomes huge.
All right. So Microsoft this week. Teddy, go ahead and tell us about it. Take us through. What did Microsoft do earlier this week?
So earlier this week, Microsoft increased. They made an announcement that they're going to be increasing their Xbox Gold price to $120 a year.
Yeah, if you're buying, because I guess what it was is there used to be yearly passes, and they got rid of it, and they made the 6-month passes $60.
Yeah, so they increased each one $10 incrementally, which in America here we're kind of like, okay, $10, that's an outrage, but that's
but the
just an
actual
American.
the month price is only going to be like a couple bucks, right?
Yeah, 10 bucks each to each
$10 each month.
So instead of $9 now a month for the small one, it's 19 instead of how it was $9.99, 20 to 29.99, 39.99, something like that. So they both got a $10 increase, which
every month was it a $10 increase?
Yeah, to each tier, because there was a gold, platinum.
$5 a month because they raised it by $60.
Was it 5?
Oh, well, it went from 60 to 120, right?
Yeah.
So that's a $60 increase. So it's not even $5 a month.
But that was just because they're getting rid of the year. There used to be a year pass, which was like cheaper, and it was for $60. They got rid of that and only have a 6-month pass of $60. But I think if you bought it like month to month, it was going to be
it was like $9, $9.99 a month for gold. Because I was doing it for a while, and I was like, and then I paid the year for a little while, and then I was like,
yeah,
it's dead because Xbox One was picking up. And me and John Paul did it we were on there for a while doing World of War.
But the basics though, if you for a year you're gonna have to pay 120. So now it's back to $60 for a year. $59.99.
You know what I would think they were trying to do, which was kind of sneaky in a roundabout way. If you think about it, Xbox Gold, you got free games every month, and they would chop it up in the middle of the month. But the game you can keep. It would go into your hard drive, and if you stop Xbox Gold, you still had that game.
Oh, you
can
still got to keep it, unlike PlayStation?
Download it, erase it, however you want to. With Game Pass, you don't have that. You get the free games. If you stop Game Pass, those games are gone.
Unless you get Ultimate, right? Because Ultimate includes arcade.
So Ultimate includes
arcade, right? Live Gold, includes Live Gold.
Live Gold, yeah. So you would get the free games if you have the Game Pass for the
But what's interesting is that happened earlier in this week, but then Microsoft went ahead and did a 180 and they reversed it. Now they're not going to do that. They're going to continue keeping the same prices for Xbox Live Gold, and actually they're going to allow free-to-play games to be able to access their servers for free and play like Fortnite for free now instead of having to need Xbox Live Gold. So do you guys think this was Microsoft, like, did they mess up somehow? Was somebody type in the wrong amount?
Or do they do this just for publicity, maybe?
Yeah, for publicity? Or do you think they actually listened to the feedback of the fans and decided, hey, we messed up, we got to...
Well, I think they want people to go to Game Pass. They want to stop just the gold stuff, but give people that choice and say, you know what, we're going to take away in a year, and if you want to come over now, we'll give you a couple of good perks. That way you can transition on your own, but to kind of like double it to force people to jump over, they could have done a better way with it. They could have done a better business model. You don't want to starve people out of a...
But I'm just trying to think, do you think, are they responding to the feedback? Is that why they backtracked?
Yeah, I think they were responding to...
Because in the beginning of their statement, in the blog post, it says, we messed up today, and you were right to let us know.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with the DRM. Xbox is known for having their audiences help dissuade their wrong decision. Remember when Xbox One first came out? They're like, it's always going to be online day one.
Yeah. So that's what I want to talk about a little bit more. Like,
camera's going to be on permanently. It comes with, there's all this stuff, and that pre-orders dropped. Pre-orders died.
Which companies out there do you think listen to their fans the most? I'd say Microsoft's going to be up there. I mean, they did help the whole always on, the whole always listening with their the Kinect.
Well, Microsoft has really been really good with listening to their fans, especially in the handicap community. They're
probably number one up there with like making games accessible.
Innovate for the handicap and disabled players, and I think they have the curve with listening to their audiences first, whether it's from a certain aspect or from the whole group as a whole. So, and then Nintendo second, and then PlayStation last. Because PlayStation right now, they still don't do cross-play, and their audience has been begging them. I have friends who don't have PlayStation.
I don't see Nintendo as a company that listens to their fans at all.
Yeah. They look at Nintendo Online.
And they do what they want.
Yeah, Nintendo always, I think, is kind of...
But I think they listen to their fans more than they listen to their fans, than PlayStation does. They are second when it comes to...
I don't know about that. Look how behind
Look, I'm going to fight for Teddy here. I'm going to say, just to be devil's advocate, the fans aren't always right.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
That's true. And I do think, I kind of think companies like, I think Microsoft might listen too much to the fans. I mean, it's kind of hard to say, like...
You got to remember, Microsoft is an American company.
Yeah.
And Americans, that's the way companies, the customer is always right. But in Japan, it's a little bit different. In Japan, and Nintendo and Sony they're Japan-born companies and bred companies, and so they have that different aspect of how business should be done. And so that's what drives them, where Xbox, the economy drives Xbox. Right now, if something were to happen with the Xbox, their stocks would drop, which would influence a lot of people and a lot of different other companies.
I don't know if their stock is... Do you think it's really that dependent on the Xbox? I mean, Microsoft's a huge company.
They put a lot of money into that, yes. With their new acquisitions, yes, it's very important right now for them to say, "Oh, sorry, yeah, you're absolutely right. We did this. We just made a big thing. We just come out with a new system. We're changing everything. We do not need to lose anybody right now. We haven't come out with nothing yet for these new things. We don't need to drop our audience right now at the beginning of a new era." So I think that's what it is. They're protecting their ass in because it just started and they already messed up.
It's just so different now with social media. It's like fans have such a direct line to the companies now. Companies can see immediately the reactions of their decisions.
That's what they're called, influencers. What it is, something happens, the influencers get their small groups riled up, and then the small groups start connecting and getting riled up. I'm watching 4 or 5 different videos, and they're all saying the same thing. I'm like, wow. So I tell my friends, I tell you guys about it. We talk about it. It grows. Influencers have influence, and now Xbox needs to take care of business because, I was just talking to my girl about how influencers right now can control the stock market, really, if they wanted to.
Yeah, but I'm saying
I don't think that's very true. Influencers don't control the stock market. Influencers control very young groups, but young groups aren't really controlling large purchases and things like that.
No, look at CD Projekt Red.
Yes.
CD Projekt Red came out with a bad game, right? Influencers jumped on that. It wasn't just people saying on their own, "Oh, we're going to do this."
No, that's kind of true.
Online,
it's much wider than influencers.
No, but I think Teddy's a little right. Like influencers kind of help push a lot of the people's opinions on Twitter and social media.
Influencers, because whether you believe it or not, we are influencers. So just with the conversation here, we are giving somebody the idea to say yes or no about something they're going to purchase, whether we liked it or not. We influence, and people like Ninja influence millions who are influenced by this and are influenced by that. And when CD Projekt Red said this is, and if Ninja had came out and all of his followers say, "You know what? let's believe in CG Project Red, and got all their influencers to jump. Nobody would have turned in their games. CD Project Red said, "Okay, yeah, we're sorry, we're listening to you."
No,
But
that's going. I think that would be going too far. Like people would have turned their games even if Ninja didn't
I'm not
said
saying nobody
otherwise.
would have. It would have been a lot less if influencers had have
They
jumped
may have
behind
dampened
CD
the
Project Red,
fall, the
huh?
damage from the fall a little bit,
Yeah,
but
and that's big. If an influence could dampen the damage from companies where the billions of dollars have just been like it affected the market for billions of dollars, that this whole incident, and it was because we spoke out. It was because people spoke out. If they would have just, and it's happened, you've seen it where games come out, people speak out about it, Madden and stuff like that with loot boxes, but they still go out and buy the game. And what does EA do? Oh, they bought it. We don't have to change it. We won't put it in now, but we'll put it in later. And they do it. And no, they don't. They're not. They haven't changed their modus operandi because nobody has called them on it, and nobody has said we're not buying Madden this year. We're not going to take this anymore. Nobody buy Madden. Then Madden will change. Look what happened with Star Wars. EA has been loot boxing it up. Disney's like, whoa, you got yourself in a whole world of mess because everybody banded together. All the internet was like, no, we don't want loot boxes. Loot boxes are not cool. Let's go to the government and have the government get involved. Now we have the government involved in loot boxes, and it's changing. So we did that, not the consume, not the stock market. We influenced us to change the stock market, which influenced a change in the courts and everything else. We do that. That is us. That is the people. And if we can do it, and it could be to our detriment or to our betterment.
The
That
yeah,
was my
but
rant.
but
Thank
yeah,
you.
it's true. Fans aren't always right. I don't know if it's always. I mean, as
That's
a
true.
company, shouldn't you do your research and then make your decision and then release it and stand by it? All these 180s, it's almost like, did you do your research? Did you do your work? Did you already know what the fans wanted and not wanted? And then when you
I
make the
think,
decision, you're supposed to. I don't know.
yeah.
You can't give in, especially even like for casting calls when fans get mad at a certain actress or actress for like their political views, and fans do all these campaigns to get somebody kicked off a show and stuff.
You know what? It's better to ask for forgiveness than it's easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask permission. That's what
Yeah.
they're going on.
I just
They
don't think.
rather say, "Oh, sorry, we're sorry. Here you go. Here's a little something extra," than to ask you, "Can we do this, people?" And then people say yes or no, and then they get really frustrated because then they're like, "Microsoft, they don't know what they're doing. They're asking us how they should run their business."
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
damned if you do. You're damned if you don't.
yeah. Well, look at Sonic, man. People hated the way Sonic looked. Fans spoke out.
Oh yeah.
We got a better looking Sonic. Sometimes it works good.
I know it
Sometimes it
makes
works.
me wonder like that was all planned to
You
get
think so?
publicity for their movie. Like maybe somebody who was really believing in it and it wasn't going their way, like the producer or the director, they were like, let's leak this out.
Yeah, because it worked. I mean, they redid it, and Sonic was delayed, but it was a hit. It made a lot of money.
Yeah, I
I
still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't either. I want to see it though.
Yeah.
I like Jim Carrey and stuff, and I want to see how it is. All right. Well, we're getting kind of long, so let's talk about our last topic. So, Resident Evil Village had a gameplay showcase. They announced the multiplayer game. I guess we can start with that. The Reverse. What do you guys think of that? And what is it exactly? I couldn't really tell. Is it a battle royale game?
It looked like an online multiplayer.
Yeah, it's
like,
definitely online. Looks multiplayer.
battle
Resident
royale
Evil?
kind of game, or
Yeah. Have you seen it?
I thought they just showed. Oh, so they showed something else other than the village.
Yeah, they showed a new game called hyphen verse Reverse.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I knew about the demo thing, but I didn't know that they were doing something else.
So they showed it. I think it's going to be free to people who buy Resident Evil 8, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be with Resident Evil.
I'm guessing, could you buy it separate too?
I think it's more gonna be like Mercenaries.
You have to have the game.
Yeah, I think so. Well, maybe eventually it'll be separate, but I think it's gonna be like
Which
that.
is
I'm
a
not
neat
sure.
little surprise. I don't know if anybody's really too excited about it. But Resident Evil,
Players deathmatch. It's like 5-minute little battles. It's just gonna be quick little jump-ins, fight, and
okay.
Now,
to
I wish they would have done it something like, hey, here's all these characters. Now you can go into this weird Left 4 Dead type world, or do a couple of missions where you loot stuff and you do raids or something like that. Not just
I feel like these companies, though, they feel a lot of pressure when they release one player games. Like they have to have some kind of multiplayer aspect to keep it alive or to
But
attract a
isn't
certain
that kind of
audience.
going backwards? That's what kind of like
Yeah.
we used to do back in the early '90s. They tacked on multiplayer, and it was such a. Sometimes it was like, what was the multiplayer? Oh no, you don't want to play multiplayer. Let's just play single player. Okay,
That's what I kind of feel like. It's just an add-on, but we'll see what it ends
Yeah.
up.
And
But
they just have a formula. It's like throw multiplayer in it, use the formula.
for the game itself, though, what do you guys think? Everybody's been talking about this 10-foot tall vampire lady. What's her? I can't remember her name. They did announce her name.
Village.
The village. This 10 foot. She's got 3 daughters, and I think a brother. So it's another family affair, kind of like Seven. I did notice someone was talking about the daughters all look like they have this gem implanted in their chest, kind of like Jill did from part 5. It was.
Oh, that what was that?
The
That
control gem.
yeah.
Resident Evil 4?
Was it 4 or 5?
5.
5 is the only one I haven't played.
Oh yeah.
5.
Wait, no. Sorry, I did play 5. 6 is the one, right?
Yeah.
That went all action.
But which one had Jill that she was bad? That she was like being controlled. She had that gem in her chest. 5. And then there's
Chris Wellfield.
in the
Chris
game.
Redfield's gonna be on there. Mia Winters.
Oh yeah.
Rosemary Winters, the baby.
Oh yeah. So you're looking for your daughter, right? You're
Duke.
Ethan, right, from 7. But you're looking for your daughter. So what's his name? Leon Kennedy kidnapped it.
Not Leon.
Wasn't it Leon?
Redfield.
Oh
Chris.
no, Chris. Chris.
Redfield.
Chris kidnaps it. Is he a bad guy now?
No.
Or was there
Chris-
some
Bad.
Chris Redfield? So he takes your baby. It looks very, very, very. A lot of vibes from 4, from
So,
the
here
town
it is.
to the
It
big
said, set a
castle.
few years after the horrifying events in the critically acclaimed Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, the all-new storyline begins with Ethan Winters and his
Yeah.
wife Mia living peacefully in a new location, free from their past nightmares. Just as they are building their new life together, tragedy befalls them once again. When the BSAA Captain Chris Redfield attacks their home,
See?
Ethan must once again head into hell to get his kidnapped daughter back.
So this is a
So-
part 2 to 7.
Yeah, it's a continuation of 7. Ethan Winters. But they're bringing in
Because 7
Chris.
doesn't really tell you where
Yeah.
in
Her name
timeline
is
you
Alin-
are.
Alencia
Oh, what's her name?
Demetrius.
Yeah, it's a difficult name. The vampire lady.
Yeah, Alcina. Alicia.
And I saw Gainer play the demo. She doesn't bite you, but I know does she bite you in the demo?
One of the daughters does.
One of the daughters does. And she just has like huge. Her fingers turn into like really long claws. And she like stabs you.
So the new guy, what you buying? His name is the Duke.
The Duke is the new. So there's a lot of stuff like 4. We got a new vendor in there, the Duke. You have a little attaché case where you have to like play weapon Tetris again to
Yeah, that's
put
like
your-
the 4.
put your items in there. You got a village and a castle, a lot like 4. A lot of vibes from 4.
The castle looked really good when they were showing the castle. I was like, wow.
What'd you think of the demo, Gainer?
It was nice. It was good. I mean, I'm not big for first-person games, so playing through the whole demo, I kind of got a little motion sickness with it. It's kind of one of the things that's also hampered me with Resident Evil 7. But overall, it's fine. It has the mood, the
Did you get any weapons in the demo?
No weapons, no real enemies, other than at the end, you kind of get a little danger with that. It's more
So-
just the
Like
setting.
stealth?
So it's kind of like a sort of a. They do it kind of like they did the Resident Evil 7 demo, where it's not the story character. It's just sort of an event that happened before the events of the story.
A maiden who just wakes up in the dungeon, and you find a note saying that someone's trying to escape and walks through what their plan was, and you kind of copy their.
It might not even be an actual scene from the real game, huh? It might just
Yeah,
be
no.
like,
Like Resident Evil 7, it wasn't a scheme from the real game, but it happened in
just
the
to
same
give you
location.
a look at the house and
Yeah, it's some
So
guy
what
woke up
is it?
in his
A
house.
is it a PS5 exclusive? The demo?
Yeah, the demos PS5 exclusive, and then the PS4 and the other ones will be getting the demo
So
2 weeks
that
before
was
launch or
pure
something like that.
PS5 demo you played. How would you think of the graphics?
I thought it was nice. I thought it did well. The darkness and the shadows and the sound design and all that. I liked it. I
Big
thought it was
step
well.
up from like a PS4 game.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess.
How was the ray tracing?
I was kind of
A lot of ray tracing everywhere.
There was no ray tracing because I walked in front of a mirror and I couldn't see myself.
That's not ray tracing. That's reflections.
Oh, that
Ray
was.
should have been tracing out of that vampire lady's eyes.
But it's like 7, like you mentioned, because there's like an item that I got that I couldn't use. I was able to finish the demo without using that item. So I know with 7's demo, it had similar things where there was like additional endings. There's different things, secrets that you could do in the
Oh,
7
okay.
demo. So it might be the same with this 8 demo where you might be able to use this necklace that you get somehow in the demo.
It was nice and gory and bloody. You had to put
That
your
dude,
hand in a.
it's crazy the way he
bucket of
rolls
blood.
out of his little van.
It is
You ever see it?
What's
The
this?
Duke, when they
Oh,
introduce
the Duke. Yeah, he's a big boy.
yeah, he just like kind of rolls out. Hello.
He's a big boy.
Let me shake your hand.
He's that guy.
Oh,
Alrighty. Yeah, but well, looking forward to it. They announced the date. It's going to be May, middle of May, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, keep
You're
an
gonna
eye
have
on
to
that.
stream it so we can watch it live. I'm not gonna play it. I don't do great playing those games, but I'll certainly watch you play it.
We'll have to get the little PS5 camera so it could record me playing the game, recording the game.
Sure, for sure. Good Junior's reactions.
They have a Kickstarter with a new little. It's like a little dongle that allows you to plug into your
You have a
Steam,
little dongle?
Switch,
Oh,
and you can stream it directly to any computer real easy.
nice.
Kind of like what you have.
Like an encoder, a card, a game capture card.
Yeah, it's a little USB stick, and you just plug it into the computer, and then you plug the USB-C into that, and then plug it into your Switch, and then it records.
Nice. All right,
And then you
guys.
can use it for a quick hack for a camera, so you plug it into your camera. And plug the
Yeah,
camera
that's
into the thing,
nice.
and then it records that
You
way
have to send me
too.
these links. You got a lot of links you can send me. I also want to know that green background drop thing. You got to send me the link for
Okay,
that.
yeah, definitely.
All right, but we're getting kind of long, so we're going to try to wrap it up. And I know there's something that people have been waiting for. The people will probably skip past the rest of the podcast just to get to this. So, Theodius, give us Theodius's treat, please.
Let me see. Trying to think of the story I was thinking
Ooh,
about.
it's a
today.
story. I like that in the messenger. You can ask the little shopkeeper to give you stories, and it's pretty funny. He gives them these really long, elaborate stories that have nothing to do with the game.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm gonna go with that story.
All right.
It's so hard because I have so many. Like I write a bunch of them down. It's like, how am I feeling today? You know, what did I go through this day?
Yeah,
That
just give us that.
Just pick one at random.
no, because it has to be poignant.
So- something to help
You know
you
what?
get me through
Go
my-
to Gainer's treats, and I'm gonna. I have a couple.
Okay. Gainer's. Gainer doesn't have a treat. Gainer has a gift. You have a treat.
That's right.
And Gainer does have a gift. I saw him researching it today. So Gainer, give us your gifts. Gainer's gifts.
My Gainer's gift is also Disney. That's like last week's. It's that there are approximately 1,000 hidden Mickeys found at Disneyland.
That seems like a lot.
So
Like-
new, all new. Like every time somebody's always found 1,000 new different hidden Mickeys, or the same 1,000 hidden
There's
Mickeys.
1,000 there at the resort.
Oh, so there's only 1,000. Okay, I thought it was like you know how every day a new species is being discovered.
No,
That
yeah. Imagineers could be hiding new ones all the time to add to that.
I don't think they're doing 1,000 each time.
But no.
Why not? If it's a stamp, all you have to do is.
I know like 10 hidden Mickeys, so it seems hard to believe that there's 1,000. Maybe there's regular Mickeys, like a picture of Mickey, and they're counting that as a hidden Mickey. Because hidden,
No.
I think, have to be like you have to kind of know to look for it or discover it. I don't know. It sounds like a lot. I'll have to look that up. Thank you, Gainer. Let's see. Are you ready, Theodius, for your treat? I give you enough time?
Yeah.
All right. Theodius's treats. Give me a second now. Dead air kills off audiences. Yeah.
Okay. I'm still debating, but since I can't really choose, I was like, if you can't shine like if you can't shine like a diamond, if you're not willing to get cut like a diamond. How about that one?
What is that? Can you explain what that means?
Well, a diamond is beautiful, and it takes a lot of hard work to get that weird looking rock to look that shiny, and it takes getting cut. And so sometimes you have to get cut in order to be beautiful.
We don't advocate anybody cutting themselves or any self harm.
No, it's just a
Thank you, Teddy.
a commercial for
a jewelry store.
Face reconstruction.
All right, thank you, Teddy. Thank you for your.
Not.
Does Poot have any? We need something for Poot.
Poot's puzzles. He gives a riddly tweet.
Yeah, Poot's puzzles.
No.
He gives a clue about a video game.
Poot's
and
passion. Poot's. I don't
Poot's
know.
Poot's proverbs.
That's too on the nose. Poot's ploys. We'll have to think of something. But thank you guys for joining us as always. Thanks for everybody for listening. This was Scatterbrain Studios with Scattercast. My name is Dirt McGirt, and I'm here with Gainer, Theodius, and Poot Nannies. And we thank you everybody for listening and watching. You can find us on our socials on Twitter at ScatterbrainST. And we also have our YouTube channel. And yeah, thanks guys. Thanks all for coming by and joining and talking with me. And all have a good night.
Good night.
All right, good night.
Good night.